Yet my purpose standeth unchanged. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Yeah, me personally, if I hear a monologue like that, I'm not continuing the fight. What's up, guys? Let's talk about Messmer the Impaler. I had the opportunity to play Shadow of the Erdtree before it came out, and I thought I would be able to breeze through the DLC, which I was for a while, but
Stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
he decided he wasn't just going to slow me down, he was going to basically disrespect me, make sure that all I see for hours of gameplay is the outside of his boss room. I mean, look at this, my health is down and he's still going on with his attack. It's like Karate Kid 3 up there, man. He doesn't want to win, he wants to beat me. To add insult to injury, half the time I die, I end up having to watch my Mimic tier try to continue the fight. Over there hitting him with the stay away from my daddy. Then I finally die and start it all over again. So I'm going to go over the time that I actually won. So this isn't a guide on how to beat Messmer the Impaler, because I'm not sure that I did spiritually. So let's take a look at my final run. So I was using katanas for a bit, fruitlessly, and then I went back to the Darkmoon Greatsword, which I'd had some better success with. I'm pretty basic, so I see a Darkmoon Greatsword, I'm going to use it. I only have the staff because the Mimic tier. I don't actually use it in the fight at all. Maybe I should have. So the first thing we do in the boss room is we summon the Mimic tier. Very crucial for me for this fight. That opening gambit from him, I almost always was never able to dodge the second phase of it. He always got me with the blast. But anyway, to say that the Mimic tier carried me through this fight is an understatement. I am fully in the Baby Bjorn the entire fight. As you can see, I go for a backstab here, but I messed it up because I'm so bad at this game. As you can see, the Mimic tier is just taking an absolute pounding, and I am just standing back, blasting it with my saber beam, and it's you can see he procs with frostbite here. I was able to frost him. I wasn't able to do anything. The Mimic tier was able to frost him. Went for Horn Scent but couldn't get him because he was going into the second phase. But finally now I've summoned Horn Scent, who isn't that useful in the fight, but he can distract for a minute from my distraction, which is the Mimic tier, who is still alive. A lot of times going into this, the Mimic tier would already be dead at this point, because the second phase is just outrageous. I mean, if I don't have the Mimic tier distracting him, he is just all up in my... Look at that. I should have absolutely died there. Somehow I did not. However, the same cannot be said for my Mimic tier, who finally succumbs to the load of me on his back, and goes down. So now it's just me and Horn Scent, and Horn Scent is no Mimic tier, I'll tell you that. But I'm hoping he can distract him for a second while I get away. Here in a minute, I remember something that's going to be the only reason I won this fight. That I'd forgotten literally every single... I shouldn't have gone in for this. I knew he was way too far away for me to make it. His window after you stagger him for a backstab is minuscule. So ridiculous. And he has a reach of basically the whole arena anyway. But I shouldn't have got that close when I'm trying to distract from the Horn Scent. But I remember something in a second that it gets me the win, that I forgot every other attempt. All of my attempts, I never remembered I had this until this fight. It's the very one that I won. And it's that I had the physic that can negate a ton of damage. So I put that on and I'm like, let's try it. Let's our last stand here. I'm either going to die or he is. And And I was able to tank everything and just like wail on him until he finally went down. And yeah, again, I don't feel like that's a win as much as it's a just like, oh, come on, let the guy keep playing the game, please. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. If any further bosses disrespect me the way that Messmer the Impaler did, maybe we'll talk about them too, but giving my Mimic Tier a few days off, he deserves it. He's earned it.